Hello, this is John Hart, and we'll do some correlation in Excel and in PSPP. I've got a chart already, scatter plot already made for this data set, cone sales and outside temperature. So 60 degrees, only 10 cones sold at this Dairy Queen, and went up 10 degrees and increased by double, 10 more for every 10 degrees here, it looks like. So it doesn't necessarily have to be 10 and 10. It could be 1 degree increase, and then we see this. We can make a histogram. We'll highlight the data, insert, and hover the mouse over here. This line, scatter, and we'll click on that one. We know the temperature does not go down to 0, so there's no sense in going all the way down there. If we want to change this to say 40, get a little more detail, we can click once, right click, format, and minimum, we'll say 40. And we can do a correlation test in Excel. Click on, we'll get out of that scatter plot by just clicking over here, and we'll park our mouse there for the correlation coefficient to pop up. We'll click on FX, and we want Pearson. I don't see it in the list. Pearson correlation. And we'll highlight the first array and then the second array. And we see the correlation is a perfect 1. And we could see that here. Straight line going 45 degrees. That's very strong correlation. And we can do this in PSPP. We'll right click. So a t-test would not make sense, would it? 10 compared to 60, 20 compared to 70. Of course, these numbers are much larger than over here. So that's a clue that t-test, testing for differences, does not make sense here. But correlation does. That's our research question in this example. Is there a relationship between cone sales and temperature? So a relationship, not a difference, but a relationship or correlation. We'll highlight and we'll head over to PSPP, and it's defaulting to variable view. We want data view. Click once in the upper left there, and then Control V. And let's rename these instead of var. Now we go to variable view. There is var1 is cone sales. We can just say cones, and the other one is temperature. And then we'll click once there, and it's properly labeled, and we'll go to Analyze. First, we can make a graph in PSPP. Histogram. We don't want a histogram. We want scatter plot. Y-axis, cone sales. That's the dependent or y-axis variable. And OK. And here's our, so we see the first one 60 degrees, so kind of hidden down there compared to Excel. And now we'll get our correlation coefficient. Analyze bivariate, 2 variable correlation. And we'll load both of those over here. And we can see down here two-tailed. That's good. That's the conventional type of p-value we are looking for. And okay, and here's our output. Cones compared to temp, that's the row we want. Cones compared to cones is not what we're looking at. Cones compared to temp. Here's the correlation coefficient. Excuse me. And here's this p-value, significance, two-tailed, very significant. And that concludes our presentation here, and thank you for watching.